Welcome to Mountain Valley Real Estate, where you get to virtually walk the property with me so you can get a superior boots on the ground feel for the property. Oh, telling you, this is where it's at. And I'm at. Literally, right here. I'm at it. We got the little swing going on. Oh, I can take a nap. Whee! Hey, Land Squatch, give me a push, will you? Yeah, I'm okay. No worries. Let's get going. Anybody got a crutch? Land Squatch, give me that crutch over there.
Take 2. Take 5. Take 28.
Look what's on the rocks. Edible fish food, maybe? Wow, look at that. Are there fish here? Why, yes, there are fish here. Here's some little ones. Here's a photo of one from this creek, from this property. So you can't tell me that this water isn't like calling you. Are you looking for your very own off-the-grid paradise? One that is private and behind a locked gate? One that has Cottonwood Creek flowing through at the back? Sounds nice, doesn't it? But wait, there's more. Like to shoot your guns or ride your quad down to the creek? Or maybe build a house on the property, like up here somewhere? This is where I'm located at the moment on the property. Right there is where you would come up this way. I'm parked right there. We have basically panoramic views. And right there, Mount Lassen sits right there. More views. Welcome to Mountain Valley Real Estate. I'm John, and that is the Land Squatch man. Please watch the video all the way through to help out the channel. And if you are new here, please subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my new property videos. If you're not new, welcome back. And thanks for tuning in again for another episode of the land that rocks. This is 40 acres, also known as Lot 229, Yolla Bolly Road in Ono, that's the unincorporated town, and Igo, next to it, is the incorporated town, but the property is technically located in Ono, California. Listed at $84,000. Seller financing is not available on this one, but you can try one of the banner banks throughout California. In today's video, I am going to show you the drive-in to get up here. I'm going to show you what it's like to go down toward the creek, and then to the creek, and in the creek, and all about the creek, because the creek is incredible. So let's get going, because there's a lot of cool features with this property. One of the few properties in this area with Cottonwood Creek running through it. This expansive 40-acre property offers a rare combination of natural features and potential development, including about 1,000 feet of incredible Cottonwood Creek, with its intriguing rock formations coming out of the ground, basically. Check out these formations from the rock here. This creek carries trout, turtles, and the occasional otter. There does appear to be a spring on or near the property line. If you check out these images taken from a trail camera once when the creek was dry. This spring, I'll call it, is located in the creek itself. So if the creek dries up during a drought year or a super hot summer kind of thing, the spring may remain. This was a year of extreme drought, according to AI, at just 14 inches of rain, which is, I believe, a record. The level area at the top of the property is private, since it is above the main road and provides incredible panoramic views of Mount Lassen, the Trinity Alps, which are in that direction, and the surrounding mountains. So the road is down there and you can't see it very well. If you look over here, you can see a little of it right there, but it goes down below the property along here. So you can't see it, so they can't really see up here very well. It's pretty private up here. Some cool spots. They'll tuck down in here and all that up in there. More over here. There's about a ½ acre of usable land at the top. Perfect for your development. At roughly 1,100 to 1,700 feet, an old ATV trail leads down to the creek and meanders on and off the property in places. A surveyor marked the approximate corners and boundary lines in the past, and my cell works great up at the top where I'm at here, captivating the natural settings throughout the property. This one offers versatile opportunities for recreation, retreat, exploration, which is extremely fun, or some kind of future use. There is no well or septic, so you will need to have those and get permits for those. I don't know if the driveway has a permit or not. I don't think I saw one. There are some light CCRS. Email me if you want a copy of those. And road maintenance is just $250 per year. So four-wheel drive is not required. It is a bumpy, road out here, but it's not bad. The property is about 25 miles from Redding's amenities. This is what it's like to drive on in here. Let's do that first. The property taxes are just over 1% of the assessed value per year. As an example, on this specific property, in 2024, the seller paid just $702 for the entire tax year. The zoning is A1, which is a limited agricultural district. All these lots are zoned A1, and there's about 300 of them out here, roughly 300 in this area called the Trinity Alps Preserve. And no, it's not a preserve where you can't build on it or live on it or whatever. So you can pull permits and live on it. All right, without further ado, let's explore this a little bit right here, and then we'll head down to the creek. Looks like we got a little fire pit going on. In case you love marshmallows, hamburgers. There's some grills over here on the tree if you want to use those for your base of your cooking throw that on there, somewhere out there on the fire pit. But there's a few of these things you could use. The creek is going to be down in here. Obviously you can't see it from here. It's at the very other end of the property. So it is downhill from here. There's a trail, basically, as I said earlier, leading down there, but it goes on and off the property a little bit. Walking it is a workout, back up anyway, because you're going from, what did I say? I don't know, like 1,200 feet or something down at the bottom, up to like 1,700 feet. So quite a bit of elevation change in a, you know, half mile, I think. I think it's about a half mile down there from here. Something to that regard. So an ATV is ideal. I can walk up and down it, but it is a workout. Land Squatch can't do it yet, but he's still practicing. So we'll just keep training him, and eventually he'll be able to do it. Yep. Okay, let's head down to the fun and exciting creek. From I-5, hit Redding, California, and you go west on Clear Creek Road about 24 miles to this area here. There's a dirt road, maybe 3 miles total, where you hit the property here. You see the creek at the back. You can see an entrance here. This line, by the way, is off, but this little trail does go off the property here and maybe a little bit over here. There's a little three-dimensional. Like I said, it's down sloping to the creek. A lot of creek frontage, and we're heading down there. So let's get going. So we are the blue dot there, headed down to the creek. Look at those views. It is a little bit of a walk down here, meaning coming back up, you will be working a little bit. All right, you can see where we are. There's the first sign of the creek. Okay, we are just about here. Oh, listen to that. So the question I have for you is, would you like to see the creek in more detail, or would you like to fully experience the creek? There's two ways to get down there. We can follow this trail here, even if it doesn't look like one, and it kind of parallels the creek and goes down to the creek eventually, not too far down there. Or we can go over here and start kind of at the beginning of the property, basically, where it fronts the creek. Well, you're in full force today, buddy. I guess I'm following Land Squatch today instead of the other way around. That's very interesting. I wonder how that happened. So we're gonna go down here instead. To fully experience this creek, we are going to go in the creek. Land Squatch is gonna get a little bit soaked today. Ooh. And fall a couple times. Hope not. I don't know how far I can go this way. Deep, but let's go to the very end of the creek here. Wow. Okay, it's up to my knees. And Land Squatch is a tall boy. Yeah, that's gonna get my pockets wet, so. It's a little bit of a deep swimming hole here. So the creek splits right here. It goes that way, and it goes around that. We're gonna go to the left because those are some rough rapids for me. Class 4, I think. Yep. And let's see what we can find here. Lots of quartz in here. I'm gonna show you the flat slate rock too, but here's the quartz. See that big chunker? Right there. It's too big. It's buried. Alright, so you see this piece right here? That's a big flat slate rock. Oh, yeah. Like, check this out. Look at this. Look at the angles on that thing. That is so cool. I mean, look at that. It's like a long square, sort of. Amazing. Whoa. Oh, a little bit slippery. I mean, look at this stuff. These rock hounds are gonna go insane here. Look at this. And that's all over here. All right, now here's where we get into some fascinating stuff. You see the rock coming down here into the creek. This is what I'm talking about. See? I mean, where are you going to find that? That is amazing. Look at these slabs. Almost like slabs of bedrock, I guess. There's some quartz. Get that in the sun. Little creatures attached to it. So the fish can eat it, maybe. I mean, look at this. Look at that texture. Wavy texture. See that? So cool. So green. Some more of that bedrock or slate rock down there. Gets deep there. Whew. Yeah, look at that. Even land squatch loves it. He doesn't like water. Just kidding. Wow. Look at that. Natural gold collection. Right there. Yeah. Gotta be some gold in there, huh? Think the gold got trapped in there. Let me just pull out a big nugget here. Oh yeah, that'd be sweet. Land squatch, you didn't bring your pan again. I don't see a nugget. There's got to be flakes in here. I would think so. Oh, there's a bunch of fish, but they're small. You see them? There must be 6 or 7. Okay, there's at least a dozen. There's a bunch of tiny, tiny ones and some 1-inchers. That's very cool. Whoa, look at this. Kind of a half moon, quarter moon shape. Oh, we're only halfway through. Check this out. Right here. This is being on the moon. It's extremely slippery. Wow, look at that. That is cool. Very deep right there. Wow. So you like this creek? It's very cool. Wow, there's probably a bunch of gold underneath there too. I do know somebody who would know. So this is what the left side or your side is just before the creek. You want to play around up here. Let's go back in the creek. I like that better though. Wow, this is pretty. This is where you want to be, I'm telling you. At least my humble opinion. This is my favorite part of the property. Oh wow, look at that. That's definitely a class 3 rapids. Look at that. Whoa, that's fast. To point out, I wanted to point this out here. All this textured, I don't know, bedrock, I guess. It's right there too. Textured bedrock. Properties on that side, so it's uphill from the creek. You got some flat area right in here, of course, but then it's uphill if you tried to go straight up anyway. So somewhere in here be about the end of the property, creek frontage wise. You know, I have another way to explore this creek. Let's check it out. So nice. Who's next? Anyone? Whee! So to sum up this property, starting at the beginning of the property by the main road, you've got locked, gated access. The property sits up above the road, so you have privacy. There's privacy down here, obviously. And you've got a pretty good sized flat area. I'd say a good half acre, just up from the main road after you go through that lock gate. So you can, you know, set up your base there or whatever, or build a house there. Depends on what you want to do with the property, obviously. There's a path leading down to the creek area. Lots of wildlife here. There's just a lot of possibilities here. You could come here and recreate, enjoy the creek and the sounds, all the wildlife. You could target shoot here. I mean, you name it. Your own 40 acres of wilderness. Pretty cool. I highly recommend this one. If you like this property, check out that one right there. Or maybe this one over here. I will see you on the next video. Have a great day or night. Man Squatch, out.